Hello Leo, welcome to your reading for mid-July 2026, and as always it's going to be general, so please take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. Let's welcome in now the Archangels, Ascendant Masters, any light beings, any other spirit guides you may have, of course our higher selves, and any animal, ancestral or dragon guides that you feel resonant with, Leo. Okay, let's begin. Knight of Cups. Knight of Swords, 2 knights to start with. A page. Wow, 2 knights and 2 pages. Interesting. I've used this deck quite a bit. It is a new deck, but also shuffled it a fair bit this morning, so that's pretty interesting. 2 knights, 2 pages. The knights kind of represent this cardinal kind of energy, or this initiatory energy, Leo. So in the realm of cups and swords, aka, the emotions and the mind or the intellect, it's like, your thoughts and feelings are, maybe you're experiencing, in the words of Johnny Depp, I forget which movie it was, but the stirrings. So maybe you've been experiencing some stirrings lately. But you could also be kind of really activating your communication, and doing it sort of with love and compassion as well. Maybe you are getting some new ideas. Maybe you're communicating with others in a new way, or maybe you've started to communicate with more compassion if you haven't been doing so already. And I'm not saying you're not saying you're discompassionate, but these 2 night energies, they're both looking sort of to the future as well. So maybe you are with a view to the future here, Leo. You're really maybe you're considering some travel as well. But I think the general themes are like of higher consciousness and I guess generating more love in your life. Okay. Could be something that you've hit on recently. Maybe this is kind of an energy of, and here we have an energy of, the initiatory action here. You also have this Tower energy, which is kind of a bit like this sudden kind of burst, representing the Tower, the planet Mars in the tarot. So Mars, being that planet of action, of inspiration, of initiation. And maybe there's something here that's happened that has kind of put you in this energy as well, Leo. You also have the King of Pentacles here, which is kind of a very grounded sign. Also kind of using your intellect as well in a very practical kind of sense. And yeah, I feel like that this is sort of, there's something like to do with your abundance, I think, that you're feeling into, or there's something that's happened that's put you in a strong position with regard to something, possibly, your career, a job, a project. An underlying theme you have, interesting, is the Empress and the Star. So once again, this idea of abundance and the Star, coming into a really nice balance of your spiritual self and your grounded practical self. And maybe this is a theme that you are kind of really wanting to, I guess, this element of earth and air here, really putting into physical manifestation your insights, your inspirations and your ideas, bringing them down into physical manifestation, and probably, creating some abundance from this as well. I get the feeling that this could be a new kind of project that you, or a new theme, or a new a way of life possibly. You also have the Pentacles here. Sorry, the Pages, right? Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. And these energies in this deck are sort of, Page of Cups is contemplative, looking at your emotions. And they're kind of looking back a little bit, but they also have this newness about them. So there's something about the inner child here that I think could be a bit of a, your inner child is going to come forward more as you move forward, okay, into some of these new energies, feeling new emotions, getting some new insights. Maybe you are going to be traveling, okay, by water or by air, by the look of it here. And yeah, let's grab some more cards. There's definitely, there's like a fresh approach, something you're getting very actively involved in. And I think, you're going to be, it could be a study, maybe it's a creative for a study of something that's going to activate your creativity, your spirituality, your intuition. That could be also something that you are, and maybe it's, it's something you've wanted to do for many years, and maybe you're just kind of looking into it now, and maybe you're feeling like things are, in a good position for you to be able to start doing something in those areas, or that area that you're looking to move into. And here we have the Nine of Wands. The Star again, interesting, and the Knight of Wands. So we now have, 3 knights in your reading, and the Emperor. Let's have a look at this. 9 of Wands and the Star. So the 9 of Wands is that kind of expansive energy, also has an aspect of, kind of alluding to Sagittarius energy there, like, being flexible, expanding, getting ready to, I guess, finish something up, to move into something else. And maybe this is what you're doing at the moment here, Leo. Maybe you're preparing to kind of move into this beautiful star energy. She's looking at the heavens there, but she also has her feet on the earth. So it's, and you've got the Empress here on your side too, this beautiful energy here. So this is to do with, creating the comforts, the security, having a nice environment in which to live, abundance, and having, family and friends around you as well. So really this idea of integrating your higher self, I think, is kind of going to be this outcome here. And, you've been working hard at this for a while, Leo, 9 of Wands, and I feel like, it's going to happen. Knight of Wands. So, what you may not be aware of here is that, Leo, you could well be, more powerful than you realise. Emperor is a very sovereign energy. But it's also that you're going to be using your ability to create structure as well as your passion and enthusiasm together, I think, to really kind of build something new here. If you're in the night stages of things just sort of taking off, and it's, you're feeling in an inner child energy as well, but it's, you may not be aware, but it's going to evolve to something that's, possibly that others are going to benefit from as well, okay, if they aren't already. And like perhaps some leadership of sorts as well. It could be something you're going to move into there as well. A leadership position, or certainly perhaps guiding and assisting others. You are there, with that, on that Knight of Wands there, brandishing a flame here, like the torch of inspiration and passion here. So I think you are going to be activating that more so as well. Let's grab some more cards here. The Two of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. So this is a kind of nice energy as well. Queen of Wands for you, Leo, is actually your energy. It is you know, the fixed, your fixed fire sign here. And I feel like, you know, Spirit saying perhaps your higher self or a higher aspect of yourself is going to come forward, or this could be what you are tuning into at the moment. And whatever you're doing, it's kind of looking like, you know, you're on the right track. If you're feeling into your inner child and you're kind of getting things moving with those night energies there, you know, it's going to be helpful. Queen of Wands at the center here in your spirit guidance. You also have the Six of Pentacles. So things are going to be harmonizing in the area of, or balancing out in the area of, you know, finances, your physical assets, your physical well-being, and your health as well. You know, with the Empress there, again, we can emphasize that. And the Two of Cups, you know, is, yeah, it's kind of like you and your higher self coming into a greater understanding of one another. So your, you know, your earthly 3D, 4D self is going to be, I think you are integrating your higher self, and this is kind of represented by the Two of Cups here. We did mention that before, but you do have the star twice in your reading as well. So this is kind of like you coming into alignment with your higher self. You know, we're going to grab a galactic card now. The galactic higher aspect self of you. Intergalactic, should I say, because we are all evolving, as you probably already know, into, you know, the galactic human. So we're becoming more aware, more sensitive, more higher frequency, more in awareness of, I think, our own state of accountability. You know, we can really no longer blame other things outside of ourselves for our state of consciousness. Okay, and I think this is, you are evolving into being able to, you know, take full responsibility and accountability for your spiritual well-being here. Okay, I was going to grab one card, but for some reason we've got three here. Yeah, Eight of Cups. You're definitely moving towards the thing that is more fulfilling. Okay. Nine of Swords, and I think this is something that is, you know, that you're letting go of, Leo. This is like stress, overthinking, and we have this beautiful Six of Cups energy. So inner child, some nostalgia. There might be some things from the past coming up, maybe some connections from the past as well. And you know, this is your yeah, actually kind of really goes with the two pages here moving forward in your general direction moving forward. Inner child activation. So Spirit's saying for you to remember to keep aligning with that, or certainly integrate that into your life as well. And whatever you are doing to shift from out of this Nine of Swords energy, just keep doing that, you know, move towards your joy, your happiness, and what is going to bring you fulfillment. And if these are energies around you, this Nine of Swords, so this is, you know, the angst and stress and worry of others coming at you. This is also about, for you, Leo, knowing what you need to do to come back to your center, you know, do that mind, body, breath work, whatever it is that you use to come to center as well. We're going to also grab a Light Seers card here. Okay, well, that's the Nine of Wands, to just remind you, Leo, that, you know, to keep going. Okay, I think you are inspired to either complete something to the point where you can begin something new. So that's confirmation of the other Nine of Wands there that we had. And, you know, the nines are, you know, that energy of the end of a kind of cycle. We're getting ready for the new cycle, okay? Four of Cups. Yeah, I think you're going to be stepping out of this boredom energy. You're going to be sort of really knowing what you need to do to shift your, you know, emotional state there as well. Wow, Eight of Wands, yeah. So things are going to get moving. Element of fire. And, you know, once again, this idea of getting things moving, which I feel like, you know, this is kind of in alignment with your Knights here. Getting things moving so that you are getting this process of integrating your higher soul self into your life and feeling it in a more conscious way. yeah, in a more balanced way as well. Okay. In other words, more time spent in that energy. Yeah, because what we are doing generally is we are evolving into embodying our higher selves in a fuller way. Okay. At the moment, it could be, you know, 20, 30, 40% for some of us, you know, in 3D personality, and the higher self, sorry, the other way around, 70% higher, you know, 3, 4D personality, and 20, 30% higher self. So, but as we kind of evolve, we're bringing those two aspects of ourselves together so that they merge, and ideally the higher self will integrate well with the 3D, 4D personality and self that we need to have, that we put our hand up to have both and everything. You know, we are literally going to be able to have our cake and eat it too. And I think this is what you are working towards here, Leo. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So yeah, I hope that's been helpful. I think we'll wrap it up there. Look forward to your next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, a fantastic week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.